Hi guys, so today we're targeting the skincare routine by eating some good food, and you've all been asking me for what kind of fruits or veggies or which is a good food for your skin. And what I first want to make clear that it helps a bit, but it doesn't make your skin like beautiful and glowing when when I say like, oh, eat avocado, eat blueberries, eat high on antioxidant food, that helps already. But in general, it's very important that you have like a lifestyle with good healthy food. So just to make sure that this point is clear first, that you don't expect any magical fruit or veggies, which I will tell you, so that you can accept my tips and see what kind of tips I do to have a good and glowing skin. My number one tip would be that you eat whole foods mostly. Like really just eat few processed foods, eat whole foods, like that means eat whole vegetables, eat whole fruits, eat whole proteins, etc. So the most natural food is the most important. So for me, if I go on travel and I think like, oh, what is healthy, blah, 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 I always just make sure that it's not too heavy seasoned and it's maybe a good cooked veggie, or it's just a salad with some protein on top, and just eating pure nuts, etc. After some time you will just see it as a blessing to eat something healthy. Yeah, if you make sure that it's something which hasn't been changed too much before it is putting on your plate, like when you're going to a restaurant or when you're at home, to not process the food too much. So that is basically like the main tip which I can give to you, like eating fresh fruit, fresh veggies, fresh protein, fresh whatever. And yeah, so my number one tip is eat mostly whole foods and few processed foods. Then my second tip is, which is already included in the whole food part, but I want to mention it specifically, when eating lots of veggies and fruits, like mostly veggies, a few fruits a day, and I mostly eat whatever I want to, because that's the great thing with veggies. Of course you can overeat, you can get a stomach ache or something if you eat too much, if you eat too much fiber, etc. But in general you can't make anything false. You can just go to the grocery store, get all the veggies which you adore, which you want to eat, and you can just jump in it. And also for snacks, it's great to have some carrots aside, or some pepper or avocado. So there is a variety of veggies, which is also good to eat it in variety, not just sticking to carrots or whatever, just to give your body the whole nutrients, the whole minerals, the whole vitamins, because every veggie, every fruit has different ingredients. So that's also a reason why I can't just say like, just eat avocado, and then your skin will be amazing. So the variety of fruits and vegetables is very important, and to eat them raw and cooked and baked, and as a salad. Or so making sure for each meal you have, or for each meal I have, I can just talk for myself. I don't want to like be a teacher and say like you have to do that, but I just say what I do. I make sure that my half of my plate minimum is full of veggies, like full of salad, full of fresh veggies, full of baked or cooked veggies, and then there comes protein or whole carbs or fat. So that's like a easy rule to follow. My third tip is get enough protein and vitamin C. So always when I'm traveling, also when I'm at home, etc., like every day I try to get protein into every meal I eat. So I eat either meat or fish or eggs or lentils, or also in broccoli or in vegetables is some protein. And vitamin C, of course. I am a big believer in natural things, so I try to get my vitamin C through the veggies and through the fruits. I try to avoid taking in vitamin C because I prefer to get it on a natural way, to eat veggies and fruits. But if you are low in vitamin C, I would recommend you taking supplements. And yeah, that's what I sometimes do. I always listen to my body. If it says like, oh, I want some supplements, then I just take them. And but normally I just try to eat the veggies and the minerals from the food directly. Then another point is number 4 is something which you may be a bit confused about. I don't count calories, just first and foremost. And I just learned about how important healthy fats are for us, for our brain function, etc. So it's very important to, of course, see what is good fat and bad fat, what is healthy for you, what is not. So, for example, eating fish is good for you, or having avocado, or olive oil, or coconut oil, etc. So I always try to each day eat some fats as well. You don't have to eat like loads of fats, but just to make sure that you get your fats in. So I don't, in my salad I always put olive oil or some other oils which I would like to eat. Getting for the oil the most natural ones, no margarine or something like that. I never like that. Just like, yeah, my main tip is like most natural, I think. So this is great for your skin as well, the fat, and yeah, it just makes your skin, my skin got even less drier, I think. Yeah, so that's really good. So my number 5 tip is eat only low and medium glycemic food. That means reduce the sugar, reduce carbs like bread if it's not whole food, and noodles if it's not whole food, and rice, etc. Because your blood sugar will rush up, and if you eat more low and medium glycemic foods like vegetables, etc., it doesn't rush up. And also another key fact, if you eat too much sugars, is that you get earlier wrinkles and look older earlier. How do I do that? Because it's for me that was the hardest part, I think, eating lower sugar. And I always try to have my healthy snacks, which I can link here up and down below. I will link my travel snacks and my snacks which I do at home, which help me to satisfy my sweet tooth and not to overeat sweets. And I think reducing sugar was like the hardest thing for me, because I'm a big chocolate lover, and yeah, basically just chocolate, but that's my thing. And right now I always do it like during the week. I just have all the healthy snacks at home and take them with me, and I just cook by myself, so I always make sure what is in my meals. And during the weekend I'm a bit more lazier, more chilling, so I go for pizza, I eat ice cream, I eat chocolate, etc. So it's more like kind of a balance. And also my mind is, I don't know, I don't need it so much anymore, because it's just like with any habit you have, it's just you have to get used to something new. And as soon as you changed this habit, it's quite easier, but first you have to get there, of course. And yeah, but right now I do it like that. I eat during the week, I eat very healthy, and in the weekend I'm a bit more lazy. And yeah, but after one day my body's like screaming, give me vegetables. And yeah, I don't want to sound like, oh, she's so perfect, she just eats vegetables. That's not true. If I want to eat something like a chocolate anytime, I just eat it. So I don't try not to force me into something, because then I'm like a rebel and I want to do the other thing. So I have just had to trick my own mind. Yeah. And also for this tip to mention, maybe it's easier to see, like for the sugar, for example, you can also eat dates, etc., but not too much, because they're also very high in sugar. But it's better if you eat something sweet and it comes from a whole fruit like banana or date, instead of I really try to skip the refined sugar. Just even if I have my treating days, I of course eat everything, but yeah, if I want to have a treat during the week, I just use banana or dates for my cakes or muffins, which I also have great recipes, which I will link down below. Also, another good thing is to, if you want to measure, if you can't say, do I eat much of lots of sugar or not, you can measure it. Like they always say that it's good to eat like under 25 grams of sugar a day. That means 1 teaspoon of sugar is 4 grams, so you could eat 8 teaspoons of sugar, which is, I think it's a lot, but it always depends. It's yeah, just don't be too hard to yourself. Just start step by step by lowering the sugar intake, and then using my healthy snacks will help you a lot. And also eating very healthy, because when you eat like for example fats, protein and vegetables, they will keep your body satisfied and it doesn't have so much cravings. So yeah. Okay, that's a theme which I can talk like for hours over it. Yeah, my next tip is like 3 tips in one, because it's like basic tips. Like I also reduced my salt intake. Of course I love to eat salt, but I just, yeah, also like my taste got used to eating less salt. So you reduce the salt because it creates puffiness in your skin and in your face. So that was a reason for me, of course, to reduce it. Then I also reduced dairy because it's very highly processed food. But as I'm from the south of Germany, and there is like, I grew up with dairy milk, etc. And I love it. And I still eat cheese, I still drink milk, etc. in a cappuccino or anything. But I just try to not overeat it. And my third tip in this tip is to not drink too much alcohol. Like I had some years ago, I drank lots of alcohol, then I reduced the alcohol because I just didn't need it. I don't know, it always depends how you like it. I also didn't like the taste. But now sometimes I like a glass of wine or something. It's more like for the chilling factor, or yeah, when I go out I also drink caipirinha or mojito, something indulging, but yeah, it also makes your skin puffy, etc. So I don't drink too much of it. Simple as that. So my last tip for you. Okay, I was so thirsty that I spit all the water over my shirt. Doesn't matter. So my last tip is drink lots of water. Like, I don't need to eat something in the morning because when I'm not hungry I don't eat, but I eat like loads of water in the morning to hydrate my skin, etc. And also I noticed, for example, during a shoot, when I have a beauty shoot or something, when I don't drink too much, then my lips get dry and my skin gets dry. So I always make sure to drink enough, and especially of course in the summer it's very warm and you have to refill your body water. So guys, those were my tips for glowing skin. Maybe different than you expected it, but I hope you enjoyed that video. I will link my snack videos down below. I will link my other healthy recipes from my website down below, so you can follow along and it's easier for you to get into this habit. And yeah, if you want to change something in your diet, then I can just highly recommend you that you have like a motivation, like a goal. For me it was like, I want my body to look like that, and then I directly find solutions. How can I get there? Like, okay, I eat natural, I eat healthy, etc. I eat lots of protein, low sugar, so low alcohol, low salt. So for me, of course, my job is my motivation and also my health. I think, like, of course, the job is the one thing, but the health is the most important, I think, because as soon as you get sick, you realize how important health is, because you can't do anything. So yeah, it's more, I don't want to say to you, you have to be thin or something. I just want you to be healthy and happy and feeling good in your body. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe down below and comment down below what other kind of food videos or model videos for health you want to see, and then I will show you more model tips, what I do to stay healthy and fit as a model. See you next week. Thank you for watching.